Bayou Time Sports is brought to you by Terrebonne General Health System Community Sports Institute in conjunction with Barker Honda and Barker Kia.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Bayou Time Sports and our ongoing series in previewing local basketball on the high school level. We were fortunate to talk to Nick Sinak, the head girls basketball coach over at E.D. White, a 25-game winner last year. Here's what Nick said about his 2025-26 Lady Cardinals.
It is my pleasure to have Nick Sinak here with us. Nick, the head coach of the E.D. White Lady Cardinals basketball program, a program last year that was ultra successful as you went in number 4 seed,
yes, sir.
Without mistake, into the playoffs, over 25 wins on the year. Sustaining, that's the big question. You do it every year. I know Emily Cortez is now playing elsewhere. I have seen some of those young girls you have too coming in. Talk about what it's been like and what we might expect.
Yeah, tradition never graduates. That's what we try to say. It's kind of the thing we live by. But it's tough sometimes to sustain. It takes a lot of work. But no, we've had a great off season, great preseason. Our summer was great. We do have a lot of new faces and kids coming in, so we're still trying to build. A lot of volleyball players out right now. So, I mean, that's always a challenge, but one that I'm accustomed to, and I will always be accustomed to, hopefully, as long as I'm at E.D. White, because they'll be playing in pretty far every year. But no, I think for us to get back where we were, I mean, we got to continue to just work hard. We have a great buy-in, which is awesome. Our kids have worked really hard this offseason, and, I can't say we're going to be back where we were, but we're going to do everything we can in our power to compete and let the cards fall as they may. PowerPoints can only get you so far. If you haven't tested yourself at some point in the season, win, lose, well, not draw, but win or lose, you got to test yourself. So this year, I've kind of ventured a little bit away from my former PowerPoint mindset and just being like, okay, let's look at some PowerPoint games, but let's also get some teams on our schedule that they're going to challenge us and they're going to be really good, because come February, that's what you're going to see in the playoffs. And if you haven't prepared for that, then you can get as far as you want. You're not going to get over that hill. And that's kind of where we are right now as a program. And it's great to be a 4 seed, and it's great to get to the quarterfinals, and it's great for your program and everything. But eventually you want to win. You want to get over that hump, get to the semis and get to the state championship. So
how has the summer and the fall leading up to all of this been?
Yeah, summer, kind of going back into my theory, this summer we played a brutal schedule. I mean, we got out and played a lot of really good teams: Parkview Baptist, U-High, Walker. I mean, we were really testing ourselves, and we got our butts whooped a little bit. But I think it was a great eye-opening experience. And by the end of the summer, the last 2 weeks, we were very competitive. I mean, we went out and competed with some really good teams. And then in the off season, leading up to to now, when we have our scrimmages and jamborees next week, our kids have been super competitive. Our practices have been intense. We've really worked hard. Our motto this year is be different. We want to do, want to be different in regards to our preparation, because, if they say the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and expecting a different outcome. So we've changed up a lot of what we've done. Our practices are more intense. We're really getting after it, but the kids have bought into it and they're working really hard. So I'm proud of them.
Nick Sinak of E.D. White also got to speak with Gage Griffin, the head coach of the Central Lafourche Trojans. He had a young team. His team is getting a little older. Here's what he has to say about his upcoming season.
I am happy to be here with Gage Griffin, head basketball coach at Central Lafourche High School. Gage, I got to tell you, I was thinking about this the other day, 2 years ago, and of course your brother was one of the stars of the team.
Yeah.
I knew you lost a lot of senior talent that year. You go into last year, things got better as the year went on. You saw your team get stronger and stronger. How does that sort of equate now, 2 years removed from that group that's going?
Yeah, we were just building last year off of many things. Beginning of the year, we struggled because Evan was a 20-point-a-game scorer, sometimes more.
Right.
So it was hard replacing that and that big group of seniors. But they started to get their feet under them towards the end. We got some guys that will be returning, like Jeremy Cleveland this year. He should be a guy that should get us a lot of points. And we got some seniors that didn't play last year that I think could be ready to go as well.
You mentioned Jeremy. Jeremy is a terrific football player.
Yes.
Got hurt in his junior year. When you're watching football games, are you just there kind of holding your breath sometimes watching him play?
Man, I hold my breath every night. And as I got one banged up from football, the rest are relatively healthy.
Talk about leading up to this, the summer and everything you've done throughout the fall, whether you had all you guys there or not. Are you happy sort of with the progress y'all are making?
I definitely am, especially my junior group this year. They've made a big leap from their sophomore to now. I really love seeing that. My assistant coaches are starting to come in because they've also football coaches. They're like, man, what happened since the summer? Like, these guys got better. They're starting to grow into their own. So I'm very glad about that because I need the juniors with the seniors. It can't just be a senior-led team.
Right.
So it's definitely good to see that. And you may have some younger guys that are ready to come up as well.
Yeah, it creates a little depth along the way, right?
Absolutely.
If I go to your gym and I watch you play, say in January, and I leave that gym, what's the one thing I'm going to say? I'm going to say, that Central Lafourche team is really good at.
We're very disciplined. We're a very disciplined team. Our defense would play off of energy. And recently we've held teams under about 50 points. So we've been having low scoring games. But the discipline is going to help everything else, offense and defense. On offense, we struggle with shooting. This year we'll be better at that. But we're
So you
we're
think
looking
you
for
could
great
score the
shots.
ball better this year?
I definitely do. We got more shooters this year than last year. And that's going to help a lot with spacing for people like Jeremy to attack the basket. We got like Cash Lanegrass came as a sharpshooter towards the end of last year, came off the bench second half against Destrehan at 15 points. So if he could start translating that now the whole season, that's going to help big time.
Gage Griffin of the boys program over at Central Lafourche. Got to take a break. We'll be back with more Bayou Time after this.
This segment was brought to you by Terrebonne General Health System Community Sports Institute in conjunction with Barker Honda and Barker Kia.